For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website, www.games4all.podcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all, or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com. Hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast, episode 67. I'm your host Dan Young, and with me as always are my good friends
James Craig
and
Michelle Barry.
Hello, welcome to another show. How you guys been?
Fine.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Since you last saw me.
Yeah, true. Yesterday. Yeah. So we recorded our Game Night Live episode of Deus Ex: Human Revolution earlier.
Yep.
And we're in the process of editing it, but it should be done by tomorrow. Which is today if you're listening to the show.
Hey.
Okay, it should go at the same time as this episode. So if you're listening to this right now, it basically means if you head over to Games4allpodcast.com, you can watch us play. Well, you can watch us take an hour to play the first sort of 25 minutes of Deus Ex.
Yeah.
Let's just say there's a bottle of whiskey involved, not us.
Yeah, it's quite a funny episode because we are really not very good at it for some reason.
No.
But we will talk about Deus Ex actually and what we're playing. We'll
You played a bit of it afterwards.
Yeah.
You managed to get through the whole hour in
a lot less time.
Yeah. So
it's one of those things where it really, really pays to know what you're doing. But hey.
Yeah.
So what we've been playing, guys? Guys and girls.
Well, that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end.
Later.
But yeah.
Michelle, you start.
Okay. I've been playing a game on my iPhone called Panda's Revenge.
Awesome. Straight away.
Yeah, go on.
It's
Read
free.
the blurb.
It's basically a panda's been bullied in the woods by other animals. So he finds a magical slingshot and then he gets revenge.
Can I just go out on a limb and say Game of the Year?
Well, it's basically. What is it basically? Free version of
Angry Birds.
Okay. Maybe not then.
No. But the thing is that it's free. It's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
And obviously there's loads of different animals on. You have each level and you have a certain amount of, whatever you're shooting at them.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. You've got a certain amount of them to use, and if you don't, then you fail.
Okay.
And you've got to keep doing the level.
Yeah, it sounds just like Angry Birds. But that's kind of... There are a few Angry Birds rip-offs that are kind of okay. You can... it's free.
I think what
Angry
got
Birds
me,
is free, but whatever.
The thing that got me is with a slingshot, you would expect to slide your finger back.
Oh, right, yeah.
But you slide it forward in the direction that you're going.
Okay. It's changing things up a little.
I was kind of
weird.
But other than that, it is good, but... It's it's free.
It's free. So. What can you expect? I've got an interesting free game to talk about in a bit, but yeah, what else have you been playing?
Coliseum Heroes.
Cool.
69p. It is good. Gladiator game, side-scrolling game. Like you said, I think the only downside with most of these games are the fake buttons.
Yeah, that's something that just pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah. So it is good. Not my kind of game though.
Okay. It's sort of Golden Axe-y.
Yeah, you basically kill. You're killing a bunch of monsters in this Colosseum, and to pass each level, you got to kill a certain amount of monsters to get a key to open the door to get through.
Oh, it sounds alright.
It sounds alright.
I guess you play is actually totally not.
Well, you can either be a gladiator or a vampire.
Alright.
So you get to choose between those, and then you collect coins for each kills, and then you can upgrade your weapons and.
Coins. Awesome.
Sweet
coins.
But other than that, I didn't like it that much.
Okay.
I didn't really stick to it. I think after the first level, I kind of had enough of it.
Okay. Fair dues. Is that everything?
Yes, that's all.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah. I'll let you go next, James.
Alright, well, the story we'll be talking about later is more footage of Assassin's Creed Revelations, so I've been playing a bit of Brotherhood because I need to finish that.
Yeah.
Won't really talk about that.
Okay, please. It's not.
Played a couple of demos. One was for El Shaddai Rise of the Metatron.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of this?
This came out a few weeks ago, I think, in the US, and we're just getting it now, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit of a late release for us, but...
It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a slightly more family-friendly Suda 51 game.
Okay.
It's
Don't know how that works.
it's basically along the same lines as Devil May Cry, sort of the 3D action
Okay.
beat 'em up type thing. You play. I have no idea what the hell's going on. It appears to be some sort of angelic mythology with a bit of Matrix style sort of extra thing.
These games sound awesome. You've been playing some cool shit this
Yeah,
week.
yeah. It's weird. It's very unique and very different. It's one of those trying to be
Yeah.
art but not quite getting there. There's no health bar or anything. What you do is you have sort of like armour that you get as you defeat enemies, and then as you get damage, that gets knocked off
Alright, cool.
and stuff. It's got nice little design elements. It sort of kind of has this sort of Chinese sort of hand drawn sort of quality to it,
Cool.
with a bit of sort of cell shading
Hmm.
and all that. And the whole thing is you have to fight. You take the weapons off the enemies. You bash them a bit until they're kind of
Pulp.
stunned. Then
Alright.
you take their enemies and then you kind of uncorrupt or cleanse them of corruption. And as you kill them, the weapons get more corrupted, and you need to like keep cleansing them.
Yeah.
And you get choices of weapons.
It
And
sounds alright.
It's
It's
weird.
not sound too bad, actually.
no, it has sort of like the 3D tunnel type thing with various platforming elements, and then it has like a 2D platforming section, and it is weird. It's a very odd game. I can recommend trying it. I can't recommend.
I might actually download this. It's
Yeah.
probably not something
Yeah.
I'd enjoy, but
Yeah.
it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's definitely the weirdest thing I've played. The other demo I've been playing, obviously, as soon as it came out, I think everybody who knows me knew I'd play this, is Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to like this. I was going to get this game no matter what,
Yeah,
being a
yeah,
40k fan for the last 15 years
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, maybe more. But there's always that thing where a franchise that you love getting changed into another media,
Yeah.
you kind of wonder
Usually
whether
doesn't translate very
doesn't
well.
translate
Yeah.
very well. You kind of think it's going to be, and when I saw this, it was kind of like a sort of Gears of War style shooter with Devil May Cry combat elements and all that. I thought, yeah, it's probably not going to be great. It's probably going to feel very generic and all that, and not very good. But you know,
Sounds like that
it's-
Quantum Theory game that came out
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, it's Warhammer, so I'm going to enjoy it. Played the demo. I have to say, actually, it was a lot better than I hoped it would be.
Cool.
It was really, really good. The production values on it are pretty slick. I mean, it's got Mark Strong doing the
Yeah.
voice of the main character,
Awesome.
and that's cool. And there seems to be, I wouldn't say probably the best story in the world. I mean, it's no War and Peace, but it it sort of seems to have a fairly not deep but believable story behind it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably along the lines of sort of like the Gears campaign, but with less meatheads,
Right.
slightly more cerebral
Yeah.
and all that. And no, it's designed well. It looks nice. It controls nice. It feels solid. Sort of thing that I think if you didn't know what Warhammer was and had no idea of it and the franchise or IP or anything, you'd probably play it and think, yeah, this is all right.
Cool.
So
Well, I might download that and try that, but I mean, yeah, I probably won't enjoy it too much. But
no,
Interesting.
I'm now, from being sort of looking forward to it, I'm now super psyched for that.
awesome.
So
That's
I recommend if anybody's been on the fence about this, worrying what it's going to be like, because I mean, Warhammer itself is like a tabletop
Yeah.
game, war game, and sort of computer game iterations of it have all been like RTSs and strategies. It's like a proper action game,
Mm.
and it works really well.
Cool.
So go for it.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it.
Sweet.
Your turn now.
Okay. Well, speaking of free shitty games that are kind of a knockoff of something else,
Yeah.
I've been playing a game on my phone called Pumpkins vs Zombies.
Okay.
Sorry, Pumpkins versus Monsters.
Monsters.
Very,
Oh,
very
okay.
easy to get confused because obviously it's a blatant rip-off of Plants vs Zombies. Nowhere near as good looking, obviously. You know, there really is only one way of describing it, and it is basically Plants vs Zombies.
Okay.
You know, they haven't really done anything other than just rip that game off altogether.
You see, what I find difficult in grasping this is Plants vs Zombies. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
There are various kinds of zombies. There are various kinds of monsters. That works for fine. But
Pumpkins.
there are lots of kinds of plants. Surely there's only one type of pumpkin. two types if you count sort of like pre-gutted and carved and post-gutted and carved. Maybe stick a candle in it, that could be a slight difference. But
yes and no. I mean, well, for the small amount of it that I've played, there isn't much. There's green and there's your traditional kind of orangey, yellow pumpkin.
Okay.
I can't believe a game we're talking about colours of pumpkins.
Yeah, well, basically what you do is it's it's very similar to Plants vs Zombies, as you can imagine. What you basically have to do is it's like one of these kind of puzzle games though. We have to pair up 3 of the same colour pumpkin in a row or more, and they have to all be like touching each other, and then you can kind of fling them across the screen at the zombie. So it's kind of, it does a few things that are slightly different. You know, you're not kind of waiting there. It's not kind of too much like a tower defense game. You're not just setting stuff up and then waiting. You actually have to be fairly quick and kind of, you know, get stuff ready and fling it across. And you know, you can put shields up and bombs and stuff. It is very much like Plants vs Zombies, but with a few minor tweaks.
Okay.
And with not any plants or zombies, monsters and pumpkins.
Pumpkin is a plant.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Or is it a fruit of a plant? I don't know. It's semantics.
It's not a great game. I have no idea if it's available on iOS or on iPhone or anything, but I'm sure it probably is. It's available on Android, but it was free. It killed 5 minutes. You know,
you can look.
Yeah, you should look for it. You should look for it. And maybe it's just kind of you play the phone. You're like, oh yeah, that's kind of all right, and then you kind of delete it. And what else have I been playing? Oh yeah, the game I mentioned last week. As we were talking about Gamescom, sorry, I think then Gamescom, not Gamescom, was Codemaster's latest FPS, known as Bodycount, which I said reminded me an awful lot of Brink.
Yeah.
Now a demo came out for it this past week, which I played, and yes,
is it like Brink?
It sort of. I mean, I really don't want to be harsh about this game, but it's not very good.
Okay.
You know, your typical kind of D-list, if you will, FPS experience.
There are a lot of those around.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things. Codemasters are very good at making racing games. It seems to be all they really do nowadays. The only other shooter I think they've got going is what's it called?
I don't know.
Operation
Flashpoint,
that's it. Red River, the last one that came out like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
and so now
we all know what a sort of smash hit that was.
Yeah. I mean, they made Dirt 3, which is doing really well, and obviously making loads of money. But it's the money they're putting back into kind of shit like this. But so Body Count, it's a FPS with a very arcadey experience. Apparently, that's how they're really pushing it to people. The fun is out of the just visceral violence and the arcadiness of it, but really, it's not very good at all. It's very clunky. You know, it kind of rips off a few other games. Obviously, it being an FPS, it rips off a lot of FPSs. But you remember, like Crackdown, where you'd beat the shit out of somebody, and then like all sorts of coloured power-ups would come out of them. Yeah, that does it on this game. That's kind of when you shoot someone's stuff comes out, and you're like, yeah, collect the stuff. And you know, it's all about score and stuff. And
generally, when you shoot people, stuff does come out.
Yeah, but it's not.
It tends to be blood and various organs. So you could make that into like power-ups and stuff. I'd be all
entrails.
For that. Yeah.
No, but like it's
make a handy whip or an ammo belt or something.
Yeah, maybe. That's like the MacGyver school of butchery.
Yeah.
Name the episode. So no, I don't really get what puts this head and shoulders above anything else that's coming. It's a really hard time for them. This is not going to be successful as successful as they want it to be, because it's a tough year for them to bring this game out, and a tough time of this year to bring it out, because, you know, Battlefield 3 is around the corner, Modern Warfare 3 is around the corner, you know, Gears of War. I mean, I know it's not a first-person game, but there are other games coming out that are kind of way more, I don't know, just AAA titles, basically, and there's so much good stuff coming out this year. If they sort of, you know, put this back, set it back to, like, next year sometime, early next year, maybe it'd stand a chance, but I don't see this being
in the quiet time.
Yeah, you know, this is a lull period game, basically. This is one of those games that comes out, people buy it because there's nothing else to play, and they just kind of regret it straight away and put it, you know, sell it back to the store. I don't know. I don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's people out there that absolutely love it, but this did not grip me at all. I was not really interested in any of it, and it just kind of... It all felt like it's all been done before and it's all been done better, and it just felt very much a Codemasters first-person shooter. And for someone that's played a few of these, I know what that's like, and I'm sure other people do too.
So what message can we walk away from this?
Don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Well, no, not saying don't buy it, but I mean, you know, just be prepared to risk the money that you're willing to part with. It could be a shit game. You might not like it. I'm willing to bet people won't like it.
Bring back Micro Machines?
Yeah. Hell yes.
And Fantastic Dizzy.
Yeah, definitely. Those are some Codemasters games I'd pay money for. This is not.
Okay.
Okay? So there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing much else to talk about. So.
No. Well, let's just sit here in silence.
Let's talk about Deus Ex.
It is better than saying, what we've been playing this week. Not much.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about shit.
Yeah.
Shitty games. No, we played Deus Ex as part of the Game Night Live that we recorded earlier and should be available to view now at our website, games4all.podcast.com.
Yeah.
Pause for breath. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, let's give off their thoughts on it and not give away too much about what happens in the video episode, because obviously we want people to go and watch it, but from the small amount of it we've played, I you know, the game came out on my radar personally about a year ago at E3.
It was that trailer.
Yeah, and
which we mentioned on the video. That trailer.
Yeah, and I was intrigued, and then more recently some gameplay videos have come out showing here's the different things you can do in the game, here's how you can attack this mission, and there's so many different ways of doing things. Yeah. That to me was interesting. I like the variety and options you get given in this game.
Yeah.
This is one of those games, and I think I mentioned it in the videos, that it's, you know, it's come out now, and you know, while there's still a few weeks between now and other games that I really want to play, I will be playing this. But as soon as those other games come out, I probably will end up dropping this like a hot potato. I have no idea where that saying came from, but I've never said it in my life. It just came up. But you know, that's an unfortunate thing, and I don't know if I'll probably play through a good half of this game and then put it down, and probably won't pick it up again for a long time, which is a shame, because I think this game's probably going to be really, really, really good, and I'm just not going to have the time to play it.
No, I think this is one...
If this came out a couple of months ago, I probably would have played through it by now.
Yeah. This one I'll play through as much as I can. I think I'll probably make more of an effort to get it done, but like I said, there are certain things coming. I've only got so many hours in the day that I can play, and I will need to play other stuff as well, but I can see myself coming back to this. Yeah. And like you said, with that freedom of choice, I have a feeling that once I've played through it, I want to see the other ways of doing that.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'll be straight up and say I suck at hacking. I suck at the stealth. We both pretty much sucked at the stealth, because...
Stealth, being drunk?
Yeah, I mean, you know, necking a bottle of whiskey and trying to shoot motherfuckers was kind
of
fun.
Not us.
But yeah, you know, there's a lot of cool stuff in this game that do set it head and shoulders above a lot of the crap that is coming out. It sets it way above body count and things like that.
I think when I first saw the game trailer, I was like, oh yeah, it looks really, really nice.
See, and the game trailer, it looked like a movie that you would watch.
But the thing is, though, is that I am kind of very fussy. It is, you see a game trailer and you're like, oh yeah, that's really good. And then when it comes to the gameplay, there is, sometimes in certain games you do get that big gap of, oh yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing for me that I think is the biggest halo is the fucking control scheme. Because that was like, that's such a head fuck trying to play it. But then you think, oh, it's so different to... Because obviously as gamers we conditioned to play things a certain way and have certain button layouts and stuff. Yeah. And I mean, there's only 16 buttons on the thing. There's only so many ways to have them, but most people have them in a very similar way, so people can access their game, get into it easier. There was that kind of hurdle to begin with, but after about 10 minutes of playing, it's like, I kind of know what these buttons do now. It wasn't the biggest kind of hurdle to jump that I figured it would be initially. So I mean, the controls for some people may be a big deal, but
I mean,
I'm sure you can change them up.
Yeah, it's non-conventional, which will make it sort of stand out slightly more. And you know, you think about it, it's not as if they make no sense at all.
No,
I mean,
exactly.
they do make sense. The controls, they're just different to
everything else.
Yeah, but everything about this game, like the style, kind of, there's a lot of cutscenes at the beginning, which we struggled with, but it sets out a story, and I think it's very much grounded in the story. It's a very important part of it, so that adds a certain I don't know what the word is. A certain, as the French say, I don't know what.
Okay.
You know, it kind of you know, it's going to be a deep story. The design is great. It really helps. It looks really nice. Only thing I probably don't like about it is the character models for the actual like NPCs and stuff.
Yeah.
The lip syncing is a bit funny. There's a bit sort of uncanny valley kindness about it, but you know, it's not game breaking.
I think it's the things you get over very quickly once you get into the game.
But I think it's like people expecting it to be like an action first-person shooter are going to be disappointed. Those people who want something a bit deeper, with a bit more substance, a bit more meat to bite into.
Yeah. It's definitely not. It's definitely not a. It's not geared towards the shooter side of it too much.
No.
And for me, that's quite interesting. So, so we will play a little bit more of them next week and probably talk a bit more about it next week. But so much good stuff coming out that it's going to be hard for me to carry on playing this game. Yeah. Unfortunately, so this is something that probably I have to wait till the new year to actually, you know, put it back in my Xbox and play. But it's unfortunate, but I feel that's how it's going to be. But anyway. Right, so that's pretty much what we've been playing. That's a long what we've been playing. It's about 20 odd minutes so far. So
Blimey.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about this week's news.
Hey guys, this is Aaron. I cover video games.
I'm Van, and I cover comic books.
Dom, and I talk about the newest anime and manga.
And I'm Josh, the Asian correspondent.
From Underground Geek Network. This is our promo for when we forget to make a promo. And we know what happens when we forget to make promos.
2 days of angry clashes in parts of North London have seen 26 police officers injured and over 160 arrests. It's thought small pockets of violence are still active.
So drop the iMac and join us at undergroundgeeknetwork.com for your geek fix.
Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. We've got some news. Obviously, every week we've got news, but some good news.
Yeah, good news. You remember Virtua Fighter on the Sega Saturn?
Yeah, I've very fond memories, especially the second one.
Yep. Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, which was the arcade coin-op release, is coming to Xbox Live Arcade and PSN this summer.
Awesome.
It's going to be completely overhauled. There's going to be like new features and stuff that weren't in the arcade, new balancing and everything, and it's going to be kind of like a superior version to the arcade title.
Interesting. I mean, I you know, like I said, back in the day on the Saturn, Virtua Fighter 2, loved it, absolutely loved it, and played shitloads of it. But this generation, and especially at this point in time, we've got, you know, we've got a Street Fighter 4s, we've got a Marvel vs. Capcom,
Tekken,
we've got the Street Fighter X Tekken, and the redoing of bloody Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and so many fighting games. When Street Fighter 3, Third Strike, whatever it is, just come out on Xbox Live. Okay, you know, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, this is cool. This is cool for Virtua Fighter fans, if there are any still out there. But you know, it's not going to be top of my list of fighting games to play.
Is it me, or would Virtua Fighter versus Tekken make more sense than
Street Fighter? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
it's a bit late now.
Yeah, I liked it.
They're sitting there going, "Fuck, that's what we should have done." Yeah. Oh crap!
Thing is, good thing about Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network is you can download trials and stuff. So at least you can.
Don't get me wrong, I'll try it, and if it's good, I might consider getting it. I don't buy too many arcade games. You know, I'd save my money for retail stuff. But you know, in all fairness, I mean, you know, Virtua Fighter is a decent enough fighting franchise. It's no worse than some of them, but you know. It's not amazing, so it's not, you know, I'm not rushing to get this.
No.
Is what I'm saying. Anyways.
Well, pretty much same here, but I will give it a go because I have fond memories of Virtua Fighter.
Oh, absolutely. Virtua Fighter 2 on the Saturn's awesome.
Awesome. Shut up. From Dust.
Yes.
Talked about it a little while ago.
Yep.
Been a lot of problems with the PC version.
Has there?
Mostly down to DRM, Digital Rights Management. And obviously Ubisoft, they have a whole sort of history of really bad DRM, to the point where this game, although it's not online, requires constant
connection to the internet. Right.
So people are really unhappy about this, and I think because Ubisoft have done it so many times now, there's been this huge backlash against them, to the point where they're now said, okay, we're working on a patch, you download it, you won't need the internet connection, it will get rid of that DRM issue.
Awesome.
So that's fine. And, it's unusual that they would do that.
It is unusual, but I think if they want people to buy their games, then that's something they're going to have to do.
But it's to the point now where Ubisoft have actually forced Steam, who have a very strict no refunds policy, of saying if customers choose to get a refund rather than wait for the patch, you need to give it to them. So Steam are now offering full refunds on it.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I haven't played any of it, but from what I hear, it's amazing. So, I can't see people having the refund. They'll probably just wait for the patch.
Yeah.
Provided it's not going to take months.
No, I think it'll be a matter of weeks.
Cool.
I'd wait for it. Fair dues. It sucks for all these people who have it and can't play it on PC. But, kudos to Ubisoft for doing something about it.
Yeah, true.
And putting the fans first.
Yeah, got to give them credit where it's due.
Yeah. Now, the other day, when I researched this story, I have an update for the one I've got written down here on my notes. Major Nelson let slip that Sonic CD, which is probably one of my favourite Sonic games.
Yeah, it was great.
Came out on Mega CD. It's coming to Xbox Live Arcade at some point. Since then, it's now been revealed that it's coming out for Xbox, PSN, sort of mobile devices, and all
PC,
that. And PC.
Yeah, I read that earlier.
Yeah, this year.
Cool. That's awesome.
So, in my opinion, even surpasses Sonic 3 with Sonic and Knuckles, which is, I think, probably one of my favourite. But this one is like the little known one. Sonic CD, one of the best Sonic games ever.
Yeah, it's
coming
great.
out.
It is good.
It's been a long time coming. Waited for like a decent kind of port of
Is this going to be literally a port, or is it going to be all kind of shiny and new, or it's going to be a blatant port, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it'll be like the other sort of arcade or the Mega Drive classics, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
It's still a good game.
No, it's a great game. That's cool. I'm up for that.
If it does have like a sort of a bit of spit and polish on it,
Yeah,
nice.
it is. Yeah, I'm not going to complain.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree with you. Sonic CD is one of those games that it's probably one of the best games out for the Mega CD.
Yeah.
Or Sega CD, depending on where you're from.
Wasn't also one of the only games that you didn't have.
Yeah,
Mega CD.
Yeah, for a long time, but I did get it eventually. And
yeah,
it's cool. It's a good game.
More news about a game that I'm personally looking forward to a lot.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Revelations. Obviously, there was a playable demo at Gamescom.
Yeah.
Ubisoft have posted a commented video of it.
Yeah.
Of showing a little bit, because there's they've done a lot of tweaking to the engine, a lot of tweaking to the graphics that we've seen, but there's been also some about the story and the gameplay and everything and how it works.
Right.
So it's given us our first sort of glimpse and proper walkthrough of some of the new things apart from the E3 show. But they showed stuff like bomb crafting and sort of things you can do with that.
That was bomb crafting.
Bomb.
I was just checking. It totally sounded like something else. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of did it as well.
Okay.
I blame where I'm from.
So do I.
Bomb crafting.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, cool stuff before you've always been able to assassinate guards and lure other guards away by investigating it and moving around and stuff, but now you can set up traps and tripwire bombs and stuff for that. And what are you looking at me like that?
No, nothing, no.
But no, it's kind of cool. They showed some more of the stuff there, and really good video actually. It showed a bit more about the story and everything, and I'm highly excited.
Cool.
It's newsworthy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Every time I hear Assassin's Creed, I can't help but think, damn, I need to fucking play
You do.
more Assassin's Creed, and there's just so much of it to play now.
Thing is, you really enjoyed the first one.
No, yeah, I did.
It got better from the second one onwards.
Oh, man, that sucks, because I don't want to hear that. Because that's what I've got to play through.
Second one's really good. Brotherhood's better.
Man. Seriously. Okay, I'll get around to it.
I have to say, dude, watch this video. Graphics look amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm honest, I haven't actually seen. I don't think I've seen anything to do with this because of the thing I have with Assassin's Creed at the moment.
Yeah.
I just kind of don't want to know too much. If you know what I mean? Because eventually I will play through them.
Yeah. But check out the visuals, and they've kind of updated the character models, because the character models changed from the second one to the first one, and then just got a little bit sort of more polished in Brotherhood. But now they've had a complete overhaul. Everything looks so much nicer.
Awesome.
Good. I'm really looking forward to it. Last story of the week: PlayStation Home. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it still going?
Apparently, there's 23 million subscribers to it.
Which
i.e. is about
23 million. That's 23. That's probably about 20 million who actually have an account, but don't play on it.
Who logged in, saw what it was all about, and said, "Yeah," and never came back.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I'm probably one of them people.
Yeah, the guy, sort of the mastermind behind it. Sorry, that sounded slightly more derogatory than it meant to. No. The guy behind it, he's been like defending it since it came out or was released in 2008.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Something like that. Yeah. All that.
Yeah.
He's now said, "Yeah, I know there are problems with it. I know it's not perfect. I know it's not quite what people are expecting. So there's now going to be a huge, massive redesign.
Okay.
It's going to basically make it more focused on the games." Now, instead of
kind of what people want,
instead of like, because he sort of realised that you get people there to talk about people who enjoy games. Put them in a room, they want to play games. They don't want to talk to each other.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. So what they're going to have is they're going to have sort of focused hubs and sort of subsections for various different things. They're going to have games there, like quests and stuff for the characters to do, which could be stuff like play so many games in so many different areas, whatever, on a certain day, and that will be constantly updated with new games, and there'll be like a whole cycle thing.
Don't get me wrong, the ideas behind Home were always kind of, that's kind of cool, but we always knew it was something that would never really work.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, I just from the minute of trying it out, I was like, this is probably never going to be that popular. It's a nice idea, but at the end of the day, you switch your PlayStation on to play a game.
Yeah,
not kind of walk around a virtual space, talking to people and overhearing conversations people are having on their Bluetooth headsets.
Yeah. And, I think the idea of that they've got from it now is, okay, let's make it more of a game. Let's add some purpose to it.
Pretty much the whole.
Let's make it a free PlayStation MMO type thing.
Yeah, which is kind of the way they should have, the angle they should have taken with it.
Yeah, rather than just like a social centre.
It don't need to be social about it. There's nothing social about it.
No. But
it's ridiculous.
At least now there is going to be more reason to it, and because of that, because of this update, I'm probably going to give it a go. See what it's like.
Yeah, also I was never that impressed with it. Yeah, right. I was never really that impressed with it, so it's kind of like. No. But hey, cool that they're actually deciding to do something with it. It's still in existence, obviously. So why not? I guess they've. I mean, I don't know how true those 23 million that figure is, but
like I said, well, a lot of people are saying. A lot of defenders of it.
Well, when PSN went down those months ago, I didn't hear a single person complain that they couldn't get on Home.
No,
No,
true.
I can't play this. I can't play Portal 2. I can't play Mortal Kombat.
They're all saying, you go on there. There are still plenty of people on there. Okay, there might be like a few million on there, but there's still that 20 million others who literally just went on there and said no.
Not for me.
But with this news, normally I kind of glance over it, but when you see something is being redesigned and more focused in a different way, I will.
That's cool. There's a lot of hype behind it originally, and I think that's what got people. Oh yeah, I want to see what this is all about. And then when they realised what it was,
that's what it's all about.
You're basically doing Second Life, but with less weird shit,
less broken marriages, less evenings alone with candles and lotion.
Anyway, let's leave that there.
Michelle's just looking at me like, what?
Oh, what was that? Okay.
What?
Probably best if you don't read into it too much. Okay, well, we're going to take another quick break.
Sorry, I just realised I was talking about that as if I actually knew what exactly. Second Life was. Yeah. I have no idea. I've never been on it. I couldn't. My internet connection wasn't good enough.
The seedy side of it that we don't even want to get into. But anyway, right, quick break. And when we come back, we'll be talking a little bit about the UK Top 10 sales and what games are coming out this week. Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. Now we're going to be talking about this week's top 10 biggest selling games in the UK. Michelle's there with the chart.
Yes,
so
there's no real big surprises. But
no, I'm sure there isn't.
Yes. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Oh, you really don't need to be.
No, you really shouldn't be.
You really don't need to be.
Well, I need to add some sort of excitement to it.
Okay, let's just go.
Okay, so at number 10, it's LA Noire.
Cool.
Number 9, it's Brink. Number 8, it's Dirt 3. At number 7, it's Xenoblade Chronicles, if I could get that right.
Yeah.
Number 6, it's Lego Harry Potter Years 1 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
At number 5, it's FIFA 11. At number 4, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D. At number 3, Cars 2. At number 2, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. And at number 1...
Oh no, don't tell me.
I'm not going to say the name, I don't think we should say
that
it.
game that should not be named is
Yes,
number
the
1
game
again.
should not be named.
And I think if...
See previous week's
yeah,
shows.
I think last week we said that if it's number 1 again for a 10th week
Yeah,
consecutively, then
we're doing a
we
video.
would do a video where we play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've already played it, so I know it sucks, and I talked about it already. But I think next week's 10. So if it's number 1 next week,
Do I need to get in my sportswear and start dancing to it then?
I don't know, but I'd dust it off because that could be a possibility.
I'm going to get my man girdle.
Yeah, okay.
I'll need it if I'm going to be jumping around.
Might be wise. So yeah,
Someone could lose an eye with that.
Okay. So yes, okay. Zumba Fitness is number 1 again. Okay, what the fuck. So, anyways, we'll glaze over that. What game comes out this week?
Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Awesome. We played some of that. It was good.
Yeah.
It's high hopes that knocks Zumba Fitness off the top for next week.
Hopefully.
Better.
That would be good. That would be very cool and save a lot of embarrassment.
I think it's got an Ice Cube's chance in hell.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Deus Ex is going to be really popular, but is it going to be popular enough?
Well,
You know.
it's out on Puck through 60 and Puzz 3.
You didn't need to do that. Okay, so
It's out on everything.
yeah.
So general public, we plead to you. You've either got a PC, a 360 or a PS3. Go out and buy this game. Don't buy Zumba Fitness.
And even if you haven't got any of those, like,
Just don't buy
platforms-
Zumba Fitness.
No, go out and buy a copy of Deus Ex this week. If you're one of those people who is going to wait for Battlefield 3 and get an Xbox or Modern Warfare and buy a PS3 or whatever combination, whatever game it happens to be that's going to force you to go out and buy a console. If you know you're going to go get it anyway, pick up a copy of Deus Ex, please. Otherwise, we'll be dancing around like a bunch of tits.
You know what's going to happen now? People are going to buy Zumba Fitness for the pure fact of us.
Yeah, maybe.
Dancing to
No. Don't do it to us. Okay, well...
No one wants to see that.
No one wants to see that.
It's not pretty.
It's not at all. Okay, well, this has been a very obscure show. Well, it's always pretty obscure, to be fair.
We've had bum crafting.
Indeed. So thanks very much for listening and supporting us. And the website is Games4all.podcast.com if you want to check out our archive of episodes. There's tons of them.
Sorry, our what?
Archive of episodes.
Archive. Okay. Right, yeah.
Every episode we've done, all the videos, everything pretty much is on there.
Way back to number 1.
Indeed.
I don't suggest you delve back.
No,
that
it's
far.
probably not wise. So yeah, that's where you need to go for that. Email if you want to contact us, podcast@games4all.podcast.com, for whatever reason that might be, just to say hi. That'd be good.
To complain.
Yeah, that's fine too.
To request pictures of my cock and ball. You won't get them, but you could request them.
Okay, that's ridiculous, James. Why would you even say that? Yeah, we've lost all our listeners now.
I'm having one of those evenings. I'm spontaneously bursting into song.
Okay, yeah, we're cutting all that out, I'll tell you.
Okay.
There'll be any of that in this show. Oh, Jesus Christ, I've lost my train of thought. Okay, Twitter. We're on Twitter if you want to follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/Games4all or @Games4all if you're already on Twitter. Facebook.com/Games4all podcast. Please go there if in a week or so's time you want to see us playing Zumba Fitness, because that's probably what's going to happen. But that's basically where we post lots of trailers, just general bits and pieces of news and stuff that sometimes make it into the show and sometimes don't, and it's kind of a little place where we just post random shit.
We're also on Carrier Pigeon, so you can just go to your local Avery and you'll find us there. We also have stickers in phone boxes.
Stop. You need to stop, James. Okay, so God, Thank you very much for listening to the show and supporting us and downloading us. You can obviously download through iTunes or our website or anything like that. Please tell a friend, Not about the stickers and phone boxes, leave that bit out. But and the cock and balls, just completely forget about that. Please wipe that from your mind altogether. But please tell it, if you're into gaming, your friends are into gaming. I'm talking shit now. Just tell them about the show. Tell them it's great. Lie, obviously.
Lie through your teeth.
Because that'd be great, just to bump the numbers up a little bit. But thank you very much for listening. Have a great weekend. And please go out and buy Deus Ex because it is really, really good and it's worth a look. And we'll be back next week with some more of the same shite. If I'm honest. Okay, thank you, bye.
Bye.
That's all she wrote. You can also find us in Norway.
What the fuck? That was obscure.
On the bottom of Tramp's feet.
We talk about the top 10 biggest selling games in the UK. Which obviously
Did you just say beer selling games?
Biggest selling games.
Oh, okay.
Is that right, Mr. Bumcraft? They're saying that's something that Blizzard need to get onto World of Bumcraft.
Think, hey, Ocarina. All right.
Time.
If you sing one more time, I'm going to have to slap you. For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website, www.games4allpodcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com.